guy is Brian Fleming, and his number is 390. 390 pounds that he has lost.
Wow.
There was a time where he weighed 625 pounds.
I was a chronic alcoholic. I drank a fifth of vodka every single night. And I consumed well over 7,000 calories in food every single day. My life was going nowhere. I was suicidal at one point, and I was doing nothing but playing video games and working dead-end jobs.
While playing one of his video games, he was able to chat with this woman. He opened up to her about his situation.
She eventually told me that she has something called myotonic dystrophy. It's a form of muscular dystrophy. She basically found out that I was, having all these problems, drinking and everything. She told me I was throwing my life away.
Wow. So she gave him some perspective, and he says one day on October 13th, 2012, cold turkey, he stopped drinking. He really cleaned up his diet, and the change in diet alone, he says he lost a ton of weight. Well, then he started exercising.
He doesn't even look like the same person.
No. In fact, he shows us his pants before, and now he's standing inside just one of his pants legs. Now, of course, we know that when you lose that much weight, what's left behind is the skin.
This is a constant reminder every single day of what I used to be, and this is something that I'm very uncomfortable showing. My doctor says that I have between 30 to 40 pounds of excess skin left over.
That's a lot of weight, 30 to 40 pounds of skin.
And it's not going to shrink on its own.
That's why he put this video out there, because he does have a GoFundMe page where he's trying to raise the money that is needed for him to have this surgery. It's about $22,000. He's already raised more than $7,000. Hopefully, he'll be able to get to his goal and have this surgery, because it's amazing how much he's improved his own life, and he's also using this as an opportunity to inspire other people.
Inspirational because of the weight loss and the fact he's able to do that and get it off, but also very inspirational that he's very brave to show this situation, to kind of draw attention to where he is now.
And I wish you all the best of luck.
I'm Michael Jeffcott, 25. And my story is about weight loss and how basically I've lost just over 10 stone now basically. Used to be 18 stone 8. Well, I think it was my highest recorded anyway. That was the age of that up to about 17, and then just got to a point where I thought I'm too big, need to trim up basically. Eventually, I think in the gym I must have lost a good 3.5 stone, and then my brother said, well, why don't you come down to the boxing gym and give that a go. And to be honest, I only did it just to get him off my back, and then I went down the gym and boxing gym and never left then really. And the rest of it, I lost most. I think I lost another 4 to 5 stone through boxing. About a year and a half ago, managed to get down to under 60 kg, and pick up a title, win in the Midlands, and then went all the way to nationals, and then also won a regional Midland bout. So yeah, I did quite well, better than what I thought. So when I started boxing, I was 19. When I started boxing, I was a good 16.5 stone. I'm only 5'7", so as you can imagine, I was a big lad. Used to be 42-inch waist, extra large tops, and now it's the opposite. It's 32-inch waist and small tops.
Hi everyone, Sam here. I've made this short video for anyone who's just starting out trying to lose weight, or for people who've been trying to lose weight for a while but are struggling with it. I know exactly how that feels. So I wanted to tell you about a weight loss solution that a friend of mine put me onto called raspberry ketones. If you haven't heard about raspberry ketones before, don't worry, because when my friend told me about it, I did my due diligence. I'm going to let you in on the good and bad about raspberry ketones and whether they really work. If you're wondering what ketones are, I can tell you that they're compounds that appear naturally in raspberries, but in low doses. Like most supplements, raspberry ketone concentrates the natural compound to high doses to maximize the health properties. I was able to find a couple of medical studies which showed that raspberry ketones prevented weight gain and helped prevent the onset of obesity. I think it's misleading to say ketones burn fat on their own, but the studies I read did say the ketones help increase normal metabolism and the speed at which fat is broken down. I'll actually include the references below the video because I think they're helpful. I guess I was just tired of feeling depressed every morning when I got on the scale, but what convinced me to try raspberry ketones was the massive results people were reporting when they combined the supplement with exercise.
There's somebody tooting.
53-year-old Mark Lerner says he was active and athletic in his youth, but as a result of work-related injuries and a heart ailment, he began to put on weight at an alarming rate in his 30s.
And before I knew it, I went from walking to a walker to a wheelchair. And once I was in that wheelchair, that was it, because I was not mobile, and it was hard to lose that weight.
During a visit to a heart specialist, the scale revealed that Mark's weight had reached 840 pounds.
He told me, "You got 6 months and you're dead." And I told him that was totally unacceptable, and he says, "Well, it might be unacceptable, but you're going to die if you don't do something."
That convinced him to start listening to his dietitian, and he shed more than 230 pounds over a period of 3 years. That allowed Mark to have bariatric surgery, and he dropped another 220 pounds. And once he was able to move again with the aid of his wheelchair, he started walking nearly every day near his apartment in Stowe. It was the encouragement of Stowe residents and passersby that inspired him to keep putting one foot in front of the other.
They'll walk with me and talk with me and tell me that I'm doing good, and they're so proud of me and stuff because they know it's not easy.
After dropping 500 pounds, he says the next phase in his recovery is the removal of excess skin from his extreme weight loss. But he cannot afford the expenses associated with a trip to a Pennsylvania hospital for the surgery. He says if he can get the help he needs, it will set the stage for his return to a normal life.
And then I'll be able to work out even more and keep the weight off and be able to do things I haven't done. You know, I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines being a spectator instead of actually being out there.